Have you ever wondered how a simple drink became one of the most famous brands on Earth? Today, Coca-Cola is sold in almost every country in the world. Every single day, people drink more than 2 billion servings of Coca-Cola products. But here's something unbelievable. The formula that changed history was created by a man who wasn't trying to build a billion-dollar company. In fact, he was simply trying to recover from failure. Even more surprising, the rights to Coca-Cola were once sold for only $9. Yes, a product that would eventually become worth hundreds of billions of dollars was once considered almost worthless. So how did this happen? Who made this decision? And how did a small drink from a local pharmacy become a global empire recognized by nearly every person on Earth? Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us create more inspiring English stories. Thank you for watching. This story is filled with unexpected twists, risky decisions, financial disasters, and brilliant marketing that changed business forever. Stay until the end, because one small decision made over 130 years ago still affects millions of people every day. Let's travel back to America in the late 1800s. At that time, medicines were very different from what we know today. People often trusted pharmacists more than doctors. Small pharmacies didn't just sell medicine. They also created their own special drinks. One of those pharmacists was John Stith Pemberton. Pemberton had served as a soldier during the American Civil War. After the war, he suffered from severe pain because of his injuries. Like many people during that time, he became dependent on pain-relieving drugs. But instead of giving up, he decided to create a new kind of drink that people could enjoy every day. He spent countless hours mixing different ingredients in his laboratory. Most experiments failed. Some tasted terrible. Others were forgotten immediately. But one day, everything changed. A sweet, dark-colored syrup was mixed with carbonated water almost by accident. The people who tasted it loved it instantly. No one knew it then. But history had just begun. Part 2. The birth of Coca-Cola. The year was 1886. John Pemberton believed he had finally created something special. But there was one problem. He had no idea how to sell it. The drink was first served at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia. Customers walked in, ordered a glass, and paid just 5 cents. On the very first day, only a handful of people tried it. The first year was even more disappointing. Instead of becoming a sensation, Coca-Cola sold only about 9 glasses a day on average. Pemberton had dreamed of success. Instead, he was losing money. He spent more producing the drink than he earned from selling it. Many people around him believed the business would soon disappear. But one man saw something different. His name was Frank M. Robinson. He was Pemberton's bookkeeper. Robinson believed that a great product needed a memorable name. He took a pen and wrote 2 simple words in elegant cursive handwriting: Coca-Cola. That beautiful handwritten logo became one of the most recognizable logos in history. Remarkably, more than 130 years later, millions of people still recognize the same design. But a beautiful logo wasn't enough. Sales remained slow. Then tragedy struck. John Pemberton became seriously ill. His health continued to decline. Medical bills piled up. He desperately needed money. One by one, he began selling parts of his ownership in Coca-Cola. At the time, almost nobody believed the drink had a bright future. To most people, it was just another local pharmacy beverage. In 1888, John Pemberton passed away. He never lived to see Coca-Cola become famous. He never became rich. He never imagined that his invention would one day reach nearly every corner of the planet. After his death, ownership of Coca-Cola was scattered among several investors. The company had no clear direction. It looked like the end of the story. But in reality, it was only the beginning. Because a businessman named Asa Candler was about to make one of the smartest business decisions in history. Part 3. the man who changed everything. When most people saw a struggling drink, Asa Griggs Candler saw an opportunity. He was a pharmacist, but he also had an incredible talent for business. While others doubted Coca-Cola's future, Candler quietly began buying the ownership rights. Little by little, he gained control of the company. It was one of the greatest business decisions ever made. But owning Coca-Cola wasn't enough. He had to convince people to try it. So he did something almost unheard of at the time. He gave it away for free. Candler printed thousands of coupons that allowed people to enjoy a free glass of Coca-Cola. Today, free samples are common. Back then, it was a revolutionary marketing idea. People tasted the drink. They liked it. And they came back to buy more. Soon, Coca-Cola was no longer just another pharmacy drink. It was becoming a habit. But Candler didn't stop there. He placed the Coca-Cola logo on calendars, clocks, notebooks, trays, posters, and signs. Everywhere people looked, they saw the same red logo. Without realizing it, they were remembering the brand. Years before television or the internet existed, Coca-Cola had already mastered advertising. Sales began to grow rapidly, city after city, state after state. More Americans were asking for Coca-Cola. Then another opportunity appeared. Until then, Coca-Cola was served only at soda fountains. People had to visit a pharmacy to enjoy it. That limited the company's growth. In 1899, two businessmen approached Asa Candler with an unusual idea. What if Coca-Cola could be sold in bottles? Surprisingly, Candler wasn't very interested. He believed soda fountains would always be the future. So he sold the bottling rights for a tiny amount. At the time, it seemed like an unimportant deal. But that single decision changed everything. Bottled Coca-Cola could now travel anywhere. People no longer needed to visit a pharmacy. They could enjoy Coca-Cola at home, on trains, at work, or almost anywhere. Demand exploded. The small local drink had officially begun its journey toward becoming a global brand. But the biggest challenges were still ahead. Part 4, From an American Drink to a Global Empire. By the early 1900s, Coca-Cola was no longer just a local success. It was spreading across the United States faster than anyone had imagined. Factories were opening in new cities. Bottles were reaching places where soda fountains had never existed. But success brought a new problem: fake Coca-Cola. Many companies copied the famous drink. Some even used names that sounded almost identical. Customers were confused. Some bought cheap imitations, thinking they were drinking the real Coca-Cola. The company knew it had to protect its identity. So in 1915, Coca-Cola introduced a bottle unlike any other. Its unique curved shape made it instantly recognizable, even in the dark or if it was broken into pieces. It became one of the most iconic bottle designs in history. Then came another challenge: the Great Depression. Millions of people had lost their jobs. Families struggled just to buy food. Many businesses failed. Yet Coca-Cola continued advertising. The company believed that even during difficult times, people still wanted a small moment of happiness. That decision kept the brand alive. Years later, during World War II, Coca-Cola made another bold promise. The company's president said that every American soldier should be able to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola for 5 cents, no matter where they were in the world. To make that possible, Coca-Cola built bottling plants near military bases across different countries. When the war ended, those factories remained. Instead of serving only soldiers, they began serving millions of local people. Without planning it, Coca-Cola had created a worldwide distribution network. The company expanded into Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, and eventually, nearly every corner of the globe. Today, Coca-Cola products are sold in more than 200 countries and territories, and billions of servings are enjoyed every day. What began as a small experiment inside a pharmacy became one of the most recognized brands in history. And perhaps the most surprising lesson is this. John Pemberton never became rich from his invention. He died before seeing its success. But one idea, one recipe, and a few bold business decisions changed the world forever. Sometimes, success doesn't belong only to the person who creates a great idea. It belongs to the people who believe in it, improve it, and never stop sharing it with the world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which company's incredible journey you'd like to hear next. See you in the next story.